All right, we have 14 awards. We start with an exciting one: trade, trader, worst coin, best coin. All of these are at the very end. We have a lot of awards to get through, and we're gonna start here. Number one with best poster. All right, one more time. Let me just preface that I'm going to tell you who I personally voted for, but at the end of the day, the winner came down to the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, the multi-hundreds of people that voted from crypto Twitter. And so, best poster. Okay, originally this was going to be funniest Twitter account. It evolved into best shit poster, and then I agreed that the best title for this is best poster. So our nominees are Rasmer, who's in the chat right now. Friend of the stream, has been on the stream multiple times. Gort, who I think is one of the most talented posters on all of Twitter, and also a friend of the stream, has been on many times. Robert Chang, not to be confused with Kyle Samani, who has also been on multiple times. Base 16Z, who, you know, is what he is. And Swanson Benson, who, I'm just going to be completely honest, and I'm just going to say my piece here. My personal vote, not giving away who wins, my personal vote for best poster is Swanson Benson. That was my personal vote. I submitted a ballot. I posted it. And I think he's the most underrated Twitter account that has ever come through CT. So my personal vote was Swanson Benson. Where's Mr. Frog? Mr. Frog suspended on Twitter, so it doesn't count. Only active Twitter accounts have made the list. But look, at the end of the day, the people voted. They submitted the ballots. And without further ado, the winner of the first award of 2025 Crypto Awards done by Counterparty, best poster, is Base 16Z. Okay. Base 16Z, and I'm just going to say, Base 16Z by a fucking significant margin, okay? Base 16Z won by a lot, okay? Base 16Z came in at 44%. Rasmer, surprisingly, came in at 30%. Gort came in at 10. Robert Chang came in at 9. Swanson Benson came in at 7. Look, what I'm going to say is that I voted for Swanson Benson because this guy gets glazed too much, bro. He gets glazed too much. It's almost at a like disgusting level, and I'm going to be honest. I genuinely hate I genuinely like have hatred in my heart that I think Base 16Z is so cool. I do, man. Like, there's legitimate hatred in my heart that I think Base 16Z is so lit. But it is what it is. The people voted, and honestly, I would say he's the most well-rounded. Like, he probably wins this award. He probably wins this award if we're going off pure skill, pure talent. My personal pick is Swanson Benson, who, by the way, whopping 7% is this is disgusting. This is gross. 7% is gross. The most recent Swanson Benson tweet. This is who I think deserved to win, but it is what it is. 7% is crazy. Most recent tweet. I love chilling in the car in the parking lot. So much fun. Holy fuck. I think my future is in surveillance. But that's what it is. Base 16Z wins. Base 16Z won by like a significant margin. Shout out to Rasmer, by the way. Put up a good fight. I was kind of surprised, Rasmer. I'm going to be completely honest with you. You put up a really like intense fight in this. You put up a really good fight in this. 30% is no joke. Going against some behemoths. You crush Gort. I think Robert Chang is probably like 30% if Monero Chan doesn't happen, if I'm being completely honest. Nothing was botted, by the way. Nothing was botted. We have everybody's Twitter account that submitted. And so, Base 16Z wins. Solid margin. And that is our first award. Pose for pick. I'm okay with this, by the way. There's some of these awards I'm really not okay with. This is one of those I'm okay with. Shout out to Base 16Z. Deserved it. Why would anyone bought this? That's a good question. Okay. Second award. Second award is biggest fumble. Okay. The nominees for these are number 1, Pump Fun, which is kind of an interesting one because in many ways, Pump Fun had an incredible year. They raised billions of dollars and they did great. In many ways, Pump Fun deserves to be on the biggest fumble. Let's Bonk is a shocking one that had like a 1-month run. They were super loud. They were everywhere. They were calling shit out. They were going to change. They took over the game for like a month and then faded into, I don't even know. When's the last time we heard from Let's Bonk? Photon Bull X both made 9 figures, but Axiom also came through and made 9 figures, and they probably left a combined $500 million plus on the table if we're Photon Bull X. Believe is probably like the most hated coin that's ever happened on crypto Twitter. At one point, I think was $500 million market cap in the hot, like was the face of ICM. It's now sitting at $15 million, and Ben Pasternak hasn't made a tweet in like 2 months. And then number 5 on this list is Barachain. I'm going to be completely honest. Barachain is the one that's not like the rest. This might just be like a complete stray. I think Barachain just caught like a complete stray, but I'm going to be honest, I thought it was kind of funny that Barachain makes the list. So, I just think it was funny, honestly, that Barachain's on here. And I also think it's funny Barachain got like a lot of votes. So, they kind of, I don't know. They're the one that's not like the rest, but Barachain, they deserve a spot here. Kind of a crazy stray, but it is what it is. Okay. Without further ado, the winner of the second award, aka the biggest fumble in 2025, is Believe. Believe. And it's Believe by not that much, by the way. Not that much. Okay? Not that much. And people really hate Pump Fun. Okay, people really hate Pump Fun. They really, really, really hate Pump Fun. Now, what I'll say about Believe is there was a moment in time for about a month where I was arguably more excited about Believe than I've ever been about any coin this year. I'm not sure we've seen a founder speed run the heroic rise into the Icarus crash, tumble into irrelevancy and utter destruction so fast as Ben Pasternak. And look, speaking candidly from the heart, because this is one I really feel. I mean, I spent a lot of time, I Believe. Ben's been on the stream a lot of times. I spent a lot of time talking to him. I spent a lot of money trading this coin. I've lost 6 figures on this coin. At one point, I held a percent of this token at 5 mil, fumbled it, bought the top, did a little bit of everything. What I'll say is that while I don't think it was intentional, and while I believe Ben Pasternak had good intentions, this is ultimately one of the most destructive coins that has ever come through crypto Twitter. There's no other way to cut it. This is one of the most destructive coins that has ever come through crypto Twitter because of their reach into the outside world. Because Nikita Beer stamped it, and because all these Web2 people got brought in and got almost forced into our ecosystem, and basically everything went up in flames. I think this is one of the most destructive tokens that has ever come through crypto Twitter, and is a generational fumble. I think this probably wins in 2024. It probably wins in 2023 as well. Maybe loses to Friendtech in 2023 on the greatest fumble. I, for a while, held out hope. Rasmus, thanks for the gifted. For a while, I was holding out hope on Ben's ability to redeem himself and bring this thing back from the gutter. But I don't believe in their ability to do it anymore. 80 mil topper, the most destructive. Believe went to 3, 4, 500 mil in a couple weeks. And so, yeah, I don't think this one was much of a debate. Pump Fun shockingly got a lot of votes. I think Pump people over-indexed for just hating Pump Fun. But to be fair, Pump Fun token, Believe token, they're down an equal amount. And so Believe is our 2025 biggest fumble of the year. Is there anything not on this list you thought should be there? I think we did a pretty good job covering everything. Also, to call one thing out is we allowed for write-ins. And if your write-in got enough votes, you made the list. So there's a couple of categories that I didn't directly put on the ballot, but they got written in. And yeah, they made the list. So that's number 2, biggest fumble. All right. Number 3 of the 2025 Crypto Twitter Awards is VC of the Year. I'm going to be honest, chat. You may ask me, threadguy, why did you put VC of the Year on the awards list? The only reason I put this on is I wanted some fucking retweets. I wanted a Paradigm retweet. I wanted a Dragonfly retweet, and that's why we did it. The 5 VCs, I don't think any of them particularly had a good year, by the way. I'm going to just call a fucking spade a spade. I don't think any of them had a good year, if we're being honest. I think disastrous, horrific, pitiful performance across the board from venture and crypto. It's not really their fault, but across the board, I mean, just like a pitiful performance. 6-Man Ventures, which is Mike Dudas, and most notably Investor and Pump Fun. Number 2 is Paradigm, which is probably most notably Tempo and Kalshi. Number 3 is Alliance DAO, which is most notably Pump Fun, Moonshot, and Ben Pasternak in the Believe app. Number 4, Dragonfly, which is most notably the Chopping Block podcasts, Monad, and the L1 debate on the threadguy stream. And number 5 is Yeezy Labs, which is most notably, not to be confused with Mr. West, most notably, Dragonfly Polymarket, of course. And number 5 is Yeezy Labs, which is most notably Aster and Binance Life on BNB chain, to my understanding. Which was a hero over a 3-week, maybe the greatest 3-week run in the history of crypto. But after that, we won't really talk about what happened. My personal vote for VC of the Year is Alliance DAO, because they incubated probably the 2 most successful crypto apps that have ever happened. Pump Fun and Moonshot. Now, the problem with Alliance DAO is there's a barbell on best crypto app ever and worst crypto app ever, which is Believe. Okay? And so that kind of leaves you somewhere in the middle, right? It's like the greatest scoring game in history of the NBA and then the worst scoring game in the history of the NBA. You end up somewhere in the middle, which makes things very difficult for Alliance DAO. And I'm going to be completely honest. I think that people, just like the Pump Fun biggest fumble, people hate Believe so bad, and it's associated with Imran and Alliance so deeply that it hindered them in the votes. It hindered them. It hurt them bad. And so with that, without further ado, winner of the VC of the Year in the 2025 Crypto Twitter Awards is Yeezy Labs. I guess. Pose for the picture. I guess. I mean, at the end of the day, here's the vote calculation for you. They won by like 20 votes. They won by 20 votes. At the end of the day, you basically bought Aster on CZ's post, or you think the Binance run was the worst meta that's ever happened in crypto. That's basically what's happened here. Is you bid Binance Life because of Frank, or you hate everything that BNB meta stands for. And I don't really blame you for feeling either way. If you loved it, congrats. If you hated it, I'm sorry to hear that. And I probably land somewhere in the middle on this. Honestly, this category sucks. VC of the year, I think they all had a terrible year. Everyone's riding off hype of like 2023 investments. And I just wanted a Hasib retweet. If I'm being completely candid with you, I wanted Matt Huang to rally and campaign for a vote, and I wanted Hasib to retweet. Neither of those happened. And so, Yeezy Labs, congrats, I guess. But you kind of won because everyone else hates the other VCs more than they hate you. All right. Next category is Prediction Market Trader of the Year. Prediction Market Trader of the Year. The thing about us is we have range. Okay, we have range. This is mostly a crypto stream, but we have range. And Prediction Market Trader of the Year obviously had to make the list. Powered by Polymarket, of course. We have 5 people on this list, and honestly, all 5, if you don't follow them, you should. Number 1 is Doma, who, since initially appearing on the threadguy stream for the Zelensky suit debate, has gone on a generational run, featured on 60 Minutes. I think he's up to 3, 4, 5 mil P&L, and it's been on a Jenny run. Carr, who's probably the hottest in the game right now, has gone from like nothing to $1 million pretty publicly, up only on Polymarket in the last year. Prediction Market Trader, who everybody knows if you follow the prediction market content. 25 USDC, who's gone on a generational run, starting with $25. And yes, Doma did get a GCR retweet, by the way. Famously was the first person on CT to discover GCR, knew him before crypto, and gets GCR retweets on his clips. And then Dropper PM last. My vote for this, I think, was the biggest landslide, if I'm being completely honest, even though I think Carr is a Chad, is Doma. I mean, he's the best, and the ballot came back on a landslide. Complete landslide. I think this was the biggest discrepancy in all of the voting here. Here, picture for Doma. I mean, this guy's the GOAT. He's prediction market GCR. He's on a generational run. He's fresh off 60 Minutes feature. I mean, he's the best in the game and doing a lot for prediction markets. Carr is probably my favorite account. He's hilarious. He's kind of edgy. He won't dox. He won't come on stream. And he's on a complete god run right now. So shout out to Carr. Shout out to to Doma, and shout out to everybody else on the prediction market side. And shout out to Polymarket, of course, for being a partner of the stream. Polymarket, we love you. All right. 4 down. Number 5 is Best Meta. Now, these are where the awards start to get interesting. Best Meta was surprisingly dark and eerie, if I'm being completely honest. Also, real quick intermission. If you're watching on Twitter and you would like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. We're on award number 5 right now. We have 14, and they start to really pick up right about now. This is a little bit of a dark one because I was going through the best metas, and it was surprisingly grim, and there wasn't that much. Like, it was a weird year for being objective. ICM, which was awesome for about a week, is on here. Perp dexes, which were incredible, except for the fact that perp dexes got everybody addicted to trading perps right before the biggest leverage shakeout of all time on 1010. Privacy, which has been decent. BNB season, which lasted about 12 days, 13 days. And then Fuck 2025 was put on kind of as a joke I didn't realize how many people felt this way about fuck 2025. Now, I had a lot of comments on where is CCM? And what I think you're missing, if you ask me where is CCM, is you're missing that this says best meta, not worst, not most miserable, not most disgusting, painful, upsetting meta that's ever happened in the history of crypto, not the most disappointing, letdown, disgrace of a meta. And so CCM was left off. And then what about AI? And to that I say this is 2025. And AI crypto in the big 25 was not very lucrative. What about DATs? When I called CCM the biggest disgrace to a meta that's ever happened in crypto, I was forgetting about DATs, actually, which are such a disgrace and just an insult to the industry that for them to even make this list and for me to read out that acronym DAT is probably enough for me to vomit and end the stream. And so when you really break things down, the metas this year kind of fucking sucked. Okay? And so when I went through this, I think privacy is probably my winner just because I made money on Zcash. But it's kind of like the BNB thing. It's like you made money on Aster or you didn't and you hate it. Or you made money on Zcash or you didn't and you hate it. And so I think privacy, but I voted for perp dexes. And the winner of best meta, controversially, is perp dexes. Now, the vote was fuck 2025 by a mile. Okay? The vote was fuck 2025 by a mile. Okay? And what I'm going to say is that, bro, I put fuck 2025 on as a joke. Like, as a complete joke. I put 2025 on as a complete joke. I'm like, this is kind of funny. Like, people will laugh at this. They'll get some humor. And every single person voted for fuck 2025. But the thing is, money was made. Trading accounts were retired. Retirement homes were purchased. And people won on perp dexes. And so this is an optimistic stream where Counterparty is a beacon of hope amongst a space riddled with scams, vermin, bullshit, and everything in between. And I refuse to put my picture next to such a negative fuck 2025. Because look, there's a lot of reasons to say fuck 2025. There's a lot of reasons to say fuck the world. Okay, but there's also a lot of reasons to say 2025 was awesome. And there's a lot of ways to say I'm optimistic about the world. And so, honestly, if I don't put fuck 2025 on there, it does not win as a write-in, and perp dexes went by a landslide. And so I picked perp dexes as the winner. They deserved it. Hyperliquid made many millionaires. Lighter will do the same. Aster also did the same. No elections are honest. All elections are rigged. I made an executive decision. I picked perp dexes. If you disagree with it, make your own fucking award show. Thoughts? What do you think? What do you think? Honestly. Do you disagree with what I did? Okay. We're 5 down. We're 5 in. What we have left is product, founder, worst coin, best coin, worst tweet, best tweet, MVP, trade, and trader. We have a long way to go. 5 down out of 14, about a third of the way through. How are we feeling right now, chat? Pacing, good, bad. How do we feel? How do we feel? How do we feel? Okay. All right. All right. All right. Let's go. Number 6. Crypto product of the year. Now, the one thing you have to say is that regardless of what you feel about 2025 and price action, it's a pretty impressive list we're able to put up under our best products. This is a pretty impressive list that we're able to throw up here. FOMO, Dark Horse, came out of nowhere, was incredible. Polymarket probably had the greatest run. Incredible. Shout out to Polymarket. Phantom Wallet, who is not just a partner of the stream, but I would imagine any person that's ever used crypto has a Phantom Wallet. Second to none. Impeccable. Axiom, who changed the world in 2024, 2025 with trading bots. And then Hyperliquid, which is the best. Hyperliquid's the best. My pick and my vote for crypto product of the year, unbiased, is the platform and the app and the product that's never let me down. The product I've been using for the longest. The product that has changed my life. The product that I made all my money on. The product that has allowed me to succeed, to log in every day, and to trade this incredible, open, permissionless, borderless, no KYC, built from the ground up, finance, revolutionized internet capital markets, was Phantom. That was my vote. Now, what we do know is that I don't decide the winners. I let you guys decide the winners because someone decided that you guys have better takes than I do. That's obviously not true. However, the winner, by popular vote, of crypto product of the year, Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid, Hyperliquid, Hyperliquid. Here's the vote. Hyperliquid, Polymarket close number 2, Phantom number 3, Axiom number 4, and FOMO surprisingly low with only 6% of the vote at number 5. Now, here's what I'm going to say, is that you could honestly give this to any 5 on the list. I thought Polymarket was pretty deserving of this. I think Phantom is obviously deserving of this. But I would argue that no product has revolutionized crypto traders' day-to-day activity on the level of Hyperliquid. I mean, Hyperliquid changed the world. It put fire under the ass of every centralized exchange in the world. It quite literally changed what we do on a day-to-day basis. It changed our actions. It changed how I trade. I started the year having never traded a perp to doing millions and millions, deep 8 figures of volume on perps by the end of the year. I use Hyperliquid every day, and it is... You know, this is what I'll say, is that you can get down and sad and depressed about price action on crypto. But the one thing you can't say is that our technology and our tech stack isn't progressing rapidly. And the fact that I was able to long Zcash, close my long, take the funds, and open a long on Tesla with no KYC after hours is it's unreal. The fact that exists, that it works. I remember when I was trading NFTs in 2021, you couldn't even sweep the floor. You couldn't buy more than one NFT in a transaction. It was a disgrace. You couldn't buy more than one NFT for an entire year. OpenSea was doing billions of dollars of volume every day, and you couldn't buy 2 NFTs at once. And now you can go long Tesla on Hyperliquid. It is a bright spot on the industry and is a reason to stay optimistic about what we do every single day in crypto. And so Hyperliquid wins. I think if there's one thing to be proud of in crypto, it's this list right here. You could be proud of this, I believe. You could genuinely be proud of this. Hyperliquid, Phantom, Polymarket, Axiom, FOMO. 5 incredible products. Hyperliquid should pay me. They don't. And that is the winner of Product of the Year. Hyperliquid. Hard to argue with that one. Number 7. Founder of the Year. Number 1, Luca Nets. Pudgy Penguins. The GOAT. Number 2, Shane Copeland. Founder of Polymarket. On generational God run that this world has never seen. Number 3, Hyperliquid Jeff. Probably made more millionaires than any person since, I don't know, Jensen Huang? I don't know. Number 4, sleeper pick. Mist from Axiom. Not that many people know him. He's not very loud. Doesn't have that many followers. If you know, you know. Mist from Axiom. And number 5 is the man who doesn't need much of an intro. Founder, co-CEO, mastermind behind the threadguy stream. Innovator, thought leader, key opinion leader, trader, son, brother, boyfriend, best friend, and everything in between. Writer, thinker, designer, interviewer, host. There's a lot of things he is. There's a lot of things that I am. But one thing that I'm not. One thing that I am not, and maybe the only thing that I am not, is the founder of the year, because that goes to Shane Copeland, founder of the year. Founder of the year, Shane Copeland. Founder of the year. Founder of Polymarket. The vote was astonishingly close. Shane Copeland at 41%. Jeff Hyperliquid at 37%. They blew the other two out of the water. Missed Axiom 9%. Luca Nets 8%. threadguy 5%. Look, you could argue that Jeff from Hyperliquid deserved this award, but Shane Copeland in a year went from raided by the FBI to a 60 minutes feature and a double-digit billion-dollar product. I mean, one of the fastest-growing products ever. And I mean, look, when we're talking founder aura, I like to think that I place really high on the physiognomy tier list for founders with aura. But I mean, yeah. I mean, look, he deserved it. He deserves it. I'm not surprised. He was my personal pick. And yeah, he deserves it. One of the craziest turnaround stories. Again, FBI raid to fucking 60 minutes is like the craziest year ever. And Polymarket is just on a god run. I'm honestly surprised at how low Luca was. I guess to be fair, Pengu price is really down, but Luca's had a fucking god run as well. But I mean, these are the Avengers, bro. This is the fucking this is the Avenger list. This is the Avenger list, bro. It's the Avenger list. I mean, when you up against the Copelands, the Yans, the Mist, the Threadguys, it's tough. It's tough to win these awards, man. This is the thing people want to say. This is the thing people want to say when you're up against the Threadguys. This is what I'll say. You can say whatever you want to say about crypto, about the market, about price action, looking like shit. We got fucking talent, man. We got fucking talent. Take our best up against anyone else's best. Put me against anyone else in the game, And I like my odds, dog. Put me against anyone. Put our best against anyone, bro. Put Jeff Yan in a fucking IQ test against Ken Griffin and Citadel, and I like our fucking odds, man. If we did Founder Olympics, physical Olympics, Jeff and threadguy versus Vlad and Ken Griffin, I like our odds. I like our odds in most categories. And I think there's one, you got to take what you can get in the crypto industry. And the thing that we can get is pure talent. Pure fucking talent. And that's what we have. And Founder of the Year, I think, represents that. So congratulations, Shane Copeland. I think I got snubbed a little bit, but it is what it is. All right, quick intermission. Quick intermission to say thank you to our sponsors of this stream. Thank you to Phantom and thank you to Polymarket for basically powering this entire fucking operation, keeping the lights on, paying my rent, paying our employees, paying our team for the past year. I'm not going to go too deep on this, but I'm just going to say we only have two partners. We have the best two partners. And there was a moment where I was partnered with Phantom coming into the new year. And I went 6 months without streaming and a very public cancellation. And Phantom, the only question they had for me is, when are you going to start stream again? Let us know when you're ready to start stream again. That was fucking it. Phantom, we fucking love you. You made this entire thing possible. And Polymarket, the addition of you guys has allowed us to fucking level up our operation. Bring in guys like Tulip King, bring in guys like Adam, Daniel, really level this entire thing up. None of this is possible without you guys. I'm going to do a more rant at the end, but we in order to be the best, you got to work with the best. That's it. If you want to be fucking A tier, you got to work with the A tier, and that's what we do. Phantom, Polymarket, the two best in the game. I love you guys both, and thank you so much for allowing us to do this. Number 8 is worst coin of the year. Okay, before we do worst coin of the year, we're gonna take a quick halftime. We're at the halfway mark here. There's 14 awards. This is number 8. I'm gonna take a quick break. Be back in 30 seconds, and the awards after this get really fucking spicy. So, worst coin of the year coming to you shortly. BRB. I'm gonna do it. All right. 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 Let me do something real quick. 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 My bad. I'm fucking the vibes a little bit. We're in the second half of the stream. Second half of the stream. We saved the best for last. We saved the best for last. We got 7 more awards. The most important, most prestigious awards of the 2025 Crypto Awards show. Let's fucking get it, baby. My bad, my bad, my bad. Thought y'all wanted some tea. My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. Let's fucking get it. All right. We have left. We have worst coin, best tweet, worst tweet, the MVP, trade, and the trader. It gets fucking spicy from here. If you're watching on Twitter and you would like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. Let's get it. All right. Sorry, Malcolm. Chill on me, bruh. I was trying to give him some chill shit. All right. We have 5 tokens here. Let's go in order. Let's go in order. Let's go in order. Let's go in order. Number 1 is XPL, aka Plasma, aka a complete just disgrace of a token. TGE fairly recently allegedly backed by Palo from Tether, and the weekly chart looks like this. That right here, oh, it's down more, update that. That, my friends, would be a 92.4% drop over 1, 2, 3, 4, about 2 months. 94% drop. Just one of the most disgusting tokens I've ever seen. This one was particularly bad because you have to take into account this came after 1, everyone was convinced to become perp traders, and 2, after this massive on-chain wealth effect via Aster. And so everyone is convinced they're perp traders. Aster makes everybody rich, and then they take all of their winnings and they throw it on Plasma. And I mean, the word that I want to say happened to everybody. I'm not allowed to say on this stream, but just disgusting, awful. I mean, just an embarrassment of a token for the crypto industry, and painful existence of the Aster token. Second, Melania. The token that almost destroyed and brought down the entire crypto industry with it. I will never forget where I was when I got a text from Mike Malak asking me to buy Melania coin for him. He said, Solana doesn't work. My Phantom wallet doesn't work. Help me buy Melania. I said, you fucking idiot. I just got rich on Trump. What are you talking about, Melania coin? He said, threadguy. Sends me a link to a tweet. I click on the tweet. Official Melania Trump. I'm 1.5 miles away from my house at a coffee shop. I ran 1.5 miles after eating a full dinner, a bagel, bacon, egg, and cheese, and a coffee. I ran 1.5 miles. I sprinted to my house. I sold what was left of the Trump that I just rebought. I started bidding Melania because I felt like I had no choice. And then I opened a Twitter space titled, "The crypto industry is ruined forever." And on that space, in front of thousands of people, I was pretty vocally distraught and bearish and upset, but I had absolutely no idea the scale of what was about to come after Melania coin launched. I don't think anyone really understood what just happened. And you could argue is the most destructive token that has ever been launched on blockchain ever. I mean, just utter wipeout. There's not many words for how nuclear Melania Coin was, how disgusted she should be as a human on this earth, and somebody I will never forgive for what they did. That's Melania Coin. Third is Ethereum, aka Ether, which is just a piece of shit, man. I don't have that much to say other than it's just a piece of shit. Like, Tom Lee couldn't even fucking figure out how to get this thing to all-time high. There's so much capital just like locked in ETH, and it's just like a joke. I don't have that much to say. I'm tired of talking about debating what the market cap should be for ETH and L1 and Singapore. No, it's just a piece of shit. It's unpumpable. Okay? Completely unpumpable. And yeah, there's not that much to say about ETH. Okay. Believe, the fourth token on this list, which we've already expressed pretty in depth. There's not that much left to say about Believe that I didn't already say. It just sucks. It just sucks. It's a terrible token. Millions and millions and millions were lost on Believe. And last, but definitely not least, is Libra token. Yeah, this one's pretty bad. Libra was pretty bad. Certainly not least. One that I have a particular hatred in my heart for. And if Melania is like the worst token ever in my eyes, Libra's probably the most disgusting. I hate this token more than anything in the world. I hate this token more than I hate. I don't even know what to compare it to. I have like deep hate in my heart for Hayden Davis and Libra and how this went down. And I'll save the speech for the end of the stream, but this is the token that almost ended the thread guy stream forever. And definitely was the most disgusting token. This was the most disgusting token, I would say. Like, just no one was expecting Melania, but this was like one that made you want to vomit after it was all said and done. So that's a Libra token. And without further ado, the winner of the worst coin of the year, number 8, Melania. I mean, bro, it's Melania. It is. It's maybe boring. Libra was really close, but it was boring. It was obviously the winner. It was Melania. There's no other way to cut it. I don't really know where we are. Here, oh wait. I don't really know where we are if Melania coin doesn't happen. Probably not great. But, I mean, this is the worst token that's ever been launched ever. It's the worst token that's ever been launched. It quite literally in one day, like, destroyed everything that was created on chain. And I don't think you could really get much worse. Like, if you tried to construct the worst token that's ever happened in the history of crypto, I don't think you could come up with something worse than Melania. I don't really think you could come up with something worse than Melania. XPO was really bad, but it didn't have the impact. Libra was bad, but Libra doesn't happen without Melania. Believe is microscopic to these other two, and then ETH was just on there because I felt like being a dick. ETH was on there because I felt like being an asshole, and so I put Ethereum on there. That's your winner, worst coin of the year, 2025. We're 8 out of 14 down. We're moving on to number 9. Token of the year. Okay. We have 5 really good ones here. Chill House, I hate. Does not deserve to be on this. Was initially on Worst Coin of the Year. Chill House is the complete Mickey Mouse mention on this list. BNB is a sneaky one that actually performed like incredibly well. I just think it was the trade that nobody was really in. Like nobody was really in BNB. I think until the end, people started using what's good, Profit. People started using BNB as like casino chips to trade BNB coins, but I don't really think it like no one was really in the trade. Hyperliquid is the obvious 2024 pick. Now, what's actually crazy is Hyperliquid is down year to date 2025, but I mean Hyperliquid just fucking made millionaires. Like it just made millionaires. Is what it is. Trump coin was my obvious pick. Trump coin changed the fucking world. Trump coin, in my opinion, is the greatest on-chain token that has ever happened, and we will probably never see a better, more violent, explosive token than Trump coin. It went from 0 to $75 billion in 72 hours, and to this day, you could not close your eyes with the smartest creative team in the entire world and come up with a better narrative than the coin from the president of the United States. And then 5th was Zcash, which was an electric. I mean, Zcash is electric. If we look at this, Zcash from, I mean, this is crazy. January started right here. Zcash is up almost 3,000% in 2025, but I think Zcash happened late. Not that many people hit it, and it's a little bit more niche. My vote was Trump. Obviously, Trump. There's nothing even that comes close, in my opinion. But the winner of the 2025 token of the year, Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid by like a couple votes, bro. I was gonna lie and rig this vote. I'm being honest. I was gonna lie and rig this vote. I was. I don't think Hype deserves it. Hype's down year to date. I know Trump's down year to date, but so fucking what? So is Hype. I was gonna rig this vote. I don't think this deserved it. I'm gonna be completely honest. Hype is great. Hype was the token of 2024. But the fact that Zcash only has 18% is just an utter disgrace. It's a disgrace. Just disgusting. The fact that 7% went to Chill House is just disgusting. It makes me sick that 7% went to Chill House. It should be Trump. It should be Trump. Trump was the greatest wealth generation token maybe in the history of the world. In 3 days. It made millionaires, bro, in 3 days. The greatest wealth generation event that's maybe ever happened on chain. I don't think there will ever be a better token than Trump. 0 to $75 billion market cap in 3 days. Unlike anything the world's ever seen. Did you buy Trump? Did I buy Trump? It's the greatest token that's ever happened. Of course I bought Trump. That is coin of the year. All right. Real quick. How are we feeling? We have 4 more awards. We have 4 more awards. My voice kind of hurts. Why does my voice hurt? What do you disagree with, and what do you agree with, and what do you wish was on? Swanson, Benson, robbed. I agree. Mr. Frog should have been nominated. Mr. Frog's not on Twitter, bro. All right, let's fucking go. Let's get it. Shit gets exciting about now. Shit gets exciting about now. All right, let's fucking get it. All right. We have 4 more. We have best tweet, worst tweet, MVP, trade, and trader. 5 more. All right. It's a little bit hard to see. I'm going to read them out to you. Our options for tweet of the year. Number 1 is Donald Trump announcing his meme coin. My official Trump meme coin is live. Number 2 is Ansem tweeting gut says we're topped. Number 3 is Chill House saying good shit expletive. We ate off that twin. Number 4 is CZ shilling Aster. And number 5 is Donald Trump at the Pico Schmico bottom of the Terra FUD saying now is a good time to buy. Okay, here's the deal. No singular tweet made me more money, generated more wealth, or changed my life at the level of Donald Trump announcing his meme coin. That was confirmation. That's when I blasted in with my fucking net worth. And that singular tweet, those 500 characters or whatever he typed into that tweet, actually legitimately propelled and altered the trajectory of my life. Now, in my opinion, the best tweet by a mile, and nothing even really fucking comes close, is Ansem Gut Says We're Topped is the best tweet. Not even close. If you disagree, I just think you're wrong. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Gut Says We're Topped was right. He nailed it. It got millions of views. He put his dick on the line. He stood on it. He backed it up with a thesis, and he was right. That's the best tweet of the year. I don't care what anybody says. That's what I voted for. It wins by a fucking mile. By a fucking country, Texas, goddamn Austin, Texas mile. Okay? Now, the winner of tweet of the year, by popular vote, not by threadguy's vote, is Donald Trump announcing his meme coin. I'm happy with this. I'm fully fucking happy with this. I think it's deserved. He won by a fucking mile, bro. He got 51% of the votes. He got 51 fucking percent of the votes. 51. Ansem was 32. Trump by now was 3. CZ Aster was 5. And everybody fucking hates Chill House because it's down bad. Everyone fucking hates Chill House. I'll just say that I will never, until the day I die, I will tell my grandkids and hopefully my great-grandkids, I will tell them where I was, what I was doing, what I was feeling, what I was thinking, what time it was, exactly what position I was sitting in when this tweet was made. I will never forget how I felt, what I did, what I said, how I reacted until the day that I die. I hope that on my deathbed, they always say that when you die, your life flashes before your eyes, the greatest moments and memories of your life. And I desperately hope that one of those moments I get to relive is exactly what I was doing when Donald Trump tweeted that his official meme coin is here. I so desperately hope that one more time for the rest of my life, I get to feel what I felt in the moment when Trump launched the meme coin. I pray. Every day I pray that I'll feel this feeling again. It is like, yeah. It was one of the greatest moments of my life. And maybe that's dark. Maybe that's fucking, you think that's gay or whatever. It was one of the, Trump making this tweet is legitimately one of the greatest moments of my life. And I don't think it will be surpassed until I hold my firstborn child in my hands. And I'm not even sure that will surpass it. By the way, I'm not even sure that will surpass it. This, yeah, I will never forget that ever. I will never forget where I was, what I was doing, what I did, what I said, how I reacted, how I responded. It deserves to win, if we're being objectively honest. So, winner of tweet of the year, Donald Trump with his official meme coin announcement. We have 4 more awards to go. We're flying through. Worst tweet of the year. This is a fun one. All right, 5 options. Number 1, Alon tweeting, bookmark this. Q4 will be Pump Fund's best quarter yet. Number 2, Degen Ping, 10:10 buy, 11:05 sell. Number 3, Jesse Pollock tweets, base is for pimping. That really was approved by the social team and made it into the video. Base is for pimping was tweeted from the official Jesse Pollock account. Number 4 is Alon infamously saying, fuck it, Jew mode, which I later asked him about on an interview where he says, I said, Alon, what does fuck it, Jew mode mean? He said, you already know. And then number 5 is breaking. Eric Trump says Q4 will be unbelievable for your crypto bags. There was a couple other that I thought should have made the list. My personal vote was Ryan Fournier. It was going down repeatedly. Of course, I sold it was going down repeatedly. Who wouldn't do what I did? Was one of my favorites. I think the Jesse Pollock one is the most outlandish. I mean, basis for pimping is crazy. That's a ridiculous, unreal tweet. Alon making it twice is insane. And all around, just a great year for bad tweets. A great year for bad tweets. There always is. I think that's one thing crypto does really well. I think that's one of the things crypto does better than any industry is tweet garbage.
And you could lose all the money that you spend on Jesse.
That's what crypto does better than anything is tweet bullshit. And so my vote was Ryan Fournier. Ryan Fournier didn't even make the ballot, unfortunately. And so without further ado, the winner of the worst tweet for 2025 is Alon fucking Jew mode. It's iconic. It is. It's iconic. I mean, it's iconic. He won by a mile. Eric Trump, number 2. Jesse Pollock, 13. Degen Ping, 12%. And then Alon, Q4 will be the best, is 12%. I think a mistake here is that I put in some responses that were kind of funny, and the memetics kind of won through. They won through in best meta. They won through in something you're going to see in a minute. The memetic thing is like 1. I think fuck it Jew mode was bad, but it wasn't the worst tweet. Realistically, Eric Trump should win this, I think. I think Eric Trump deserves to win. But Alon, to be fair, went on like a generational run of bad tweets. He's been on a Jenny run of tweets that are getting quote tweet dunked on, slammed. And Alon is one of the best in the world at just bad tweets. I don't know what else to say. He made some really bad ones. Q4 could have won. He could have won this 3 times, I think. Alon could have won 3 times. Alon, I love you. Come back on the stream. This is a bad tweet. All right. We have 3 more awards. One, and next up is the MVP. Second to last is the trade of the year. And the final award we will be giving out is Trader of the Year. The 3 best, the biggest, the most important awards of the entire show. Really quick, I'm going to take a break. I'll be back in 30 seconds. And we're going to do the most important awards by a landslide. By a landslide. BRB. I'll play a better song too. right. All right. All right. Everybody, take a beat. We have 3 awards left. The 3 most important awards of the year. The 3 awards that everybody in crypto plays this game for. The reason you log on every day, the reason you trade, the reason you open your Phantom wallet, the reason you open Twitter, the reason that you tweet, the reason that you play this game is for no reason other than to fucking win. That's why you play. That's why you log on. That's why you do this shit every day. That's why you sacrifice nights out, why you sacrifice parties, friendships, relationships, why you sacrifice your job, sometimes your health, your sanity, your mental clarity, and oftentimes your entire life. You sacrifice it to be the fucking best. Because at the end of the day, this is an adverse world. It's an adverse fucking world. The purpose of leisure is to prepare for war. And the reason to exist and the reason to play is to fucking win. That's why we play. That is why we play the games. It's to fucking win. If you're not playing to win, I promise you, if you're not playing to dominate, you might as well just fucking log off, put your sweatpants on, go lay in bed, hop on TikTok, scroll a little bit, and just not even log in. Because I promise you, there are fucking killers out here that want this shit. There are killers out here that fucking want this shit. And they will eat you out. They will chew you out every step of the fucking way. Every step of the way. Okay? Every step of the way. And the things that you're playing for, oftentimes, are no other than the biggest awards of the 2025 official Crypto Twitter Awards. There are many awards that matter. Oftentimes, awards come in all shapes, sizes, and positions. Some are big, some are small, some are long, some are short. But ultimately, there's a couple awards that rise above the rest, and they stand on the shoulders of giants as the most important, otherwise known as the most valuable awards. Okay? Not to say that any individual award doesn't matter or any individual award isn't important. I think if you've made a nominee for any one of these, you should be proud of yourself. Even if you're Barachain or Believe or Melania or XPL Plasma or Eric Trump tweeting Q4 will be bullish for crypto, you should be proud of yourself because it means that your platform and your reach and your impact is big enough to get recognized on the official 2025 tier list. But objectively, when it's all said and done, your brain is programmed to only remember essential information that is imperative to your life, okay? And when you're navigating a space, a market, an industry as PvP, as crypto, where they're trying to kill you and take your money and destroy you at every step, every current turn, every crevice, there are few things as important as the MVP, okay? There are few things in this life, in this market, as important as the most valuable player, okay? It isn't the best trader. It isn't the best meta. It isn't the best tweeter, Twitter fingers. It's all around, pound for pound, bar for bar, trade for fucking trade, tweet for tweet. Who's the best? Who's the best? All around. You got to pick one. There can only fucking be one. There can only be one, man. I would love to come on here and pick 9 traders and say I would love to every year do my 5 favorite NBA players and talk about Jokic and Shea and Embiid and Devin Booker and LeBron. I would love to do that, but there can only be one. There's only one award. There's only one winner. Number one P&L is only one person. There's only room for fucking one. Okay? And when it's all said and done, some awards just matter than other. And this is one of those awards. And so for Crypto Twitter MVP, there's 5 candidates. Number 1, it's Kobe. Everyone knows him. Everyone loves him. He was recently bought by Coinbase for $400 million. Okay, he's a legend. He's an icon. Believe he's number 2 on the Crypto Twitter top 75 tier list. It's one of the greatest to ever do it. Okay, when you mention crypto, when they write the history textbook, Kobe's name will be in there. He'll be in there many times. He'll be featured more times than most. One of the best to ever do it. Second, Mert. Believe he's number 58 on the Crypto Twitter top 75, also known as D tier. D tier for Mert. God Run, to be fair. He's had a God Run. Zcash, Solana. Now, some, not me, but some could argue he switched up on the only thing he stood for, which is Solana, to show some other completely unrelated L1 that some could see as a competitor to. I'm not saying that he's saying that. Other people are saying that, but you could argue that Mert switched up on what brought him here. The thing that got him here is the thing that he betrayed. The thing that created him is the thing he turned his back on. Some could argue that. I'm not making that argument. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the host. Reading the tweets, reading the comments. Mert objectively had a great year. Great year. I don't get the Zcash trade without him. I am nowhere even close to where I am right now in this world without Mr. Mert. But once again, 58 on the tier list, D tier. Just saying, number 58, top 75, he's D tier. I'm just letting you guys know. Number 3 on the list, Jez. Where do I even start with you, Jez? Where do I even start with Jezebel ETH? I don't even know where to start. My personal favorite ever. One of the greatest to ever do it. A true pioneer of the industry. My favorite interview I've ever done. I believe number 7 on the Crypto Twitter top 75. The inventor of the full port. The author of Why Would You Ever Put Money Behind Your Second Best Idea. An innovator, a beautiful thinker, and one of, if not the greatest traders to ever walk through our beautiful lands. The man that has made it all and lost it all just to make it all again. Oftentimes just to show you that he can do it. Maybe just to show himself that he could do it. The epitome of the heroic rise into the Icarus crash just to get back in the lab, build more wings, and fly once again. One of my favorites. The hero trade himself. And number 7 on the Crypto Twitter top 75. Number 4 on nominees. Ansem. Oh, Ansem, where do I even start with you? The mythical Ansem retweet has put more products in front of the eyes of millions and made more traders and influencers and KOLs than any singular Twitter account ever. I think you could pinpoint billions, arguably trillions of dollars of outflow and trickle-down effect just from the Ansem retweet. Probably the singular staple of crypto Twitter and the most important account to ever walk our industry. Okay, I'm not sure who I am without Ansem. I'm not sure what most of this looks like without Ansem. I'm not sure what Solana is without Ansem. And to that, I'm not sure what meme coins are without Ansem. I'm not sure if Mert and his Solana explosion happens without the creation of Ansem. I'm not sure that it happens. I'm not sure 2024 happens the way that it does. I'm not sure the trickle-down effect of meme coins. I'm not sure Donald Trump launches a meme coin if Ansem never creates a Twitter account, and I mean that. And maybe to that you could say Melania never happens and the industry never gets destroyed if Ansem never makes a tweet. But how do you know what you lost if you never had it in the first place? Would you rather have loved and have lost than to never have loved at all? Ansem, number 1 on the crypto Twitter, top 75 tier list. And in my opinion, the undisputed greatest to ever do it. The greatest. The greatest. The greatest to ever do it. The greatest tweeter of all time. The greatest poster of all time. And the Ansem retweet is the most mythical achievement you can earn as a Twitter account on the X Everything app owned by Elon Musk, with next to head of product Nikita Beer. And last, but certainly not late, but last, and certainly not least, nominee on the crypto Twitter MVP is me. It's me. It's me. And you could argue that I've invalidated myself by even allowing my name to exist on the ballot. You could argue that these awards are invalidated and rigged, that I even exist on this ballot. But to you, I reply, as a man, who are you if not your biggest fan? Why live? Why exist? Why go through life and risk failure every step of the way if you aren't your biggest fan right there, ready to pick yourself up off the floor and root for you when nobody else is willing to? I've made my case many times. I've said what I've said. I've done what I've done. I've had the highest highs and the lowest lows this year. I don't think there's anyone that has had more volatility as a human than the threadguy Twitter account this year. Okay? There was a 3 to 6 month period where I was nowhere to be seen. I was off the coast of Hawaii, drinking strawberry daiquiris and contemplating my life, to coming back, creating Counterparty, bringing the stream back, and some could argue becoming a beacon of hope amongst the crypto industry. I'm not here to say too much about myself, as I let everybody else do the talking for me. I'm not really sure what's on the next slide. When I click winner of number 12, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to see. But one thing that I do know is whatever is behind that next slide is deserving and grinded for the most important award by a Texas goddamn Austin country mile of the 2025 Crypto Twitter Awards. And without further ado, the winner, the MVP of the 2025 Crypto Awards, the one, the only, the first annual 2025 Crypto Awards
International.
is
Nigga, we made it.
by a fucking mile, by the way. By a fucking mile, baby. Fuck you, Kobe. Fuck you, Ansem. Fuck you, Mert.
Nigga, we made it.
Fuck you, Jazz. By a fucking
Hey.
mile,
We
baby.
made it. Hey, nigga, we made it. Hey, we made it. Yeah. She said she working for Walkers, but not in the store.
Look, I just want to say that I'm not saying anyone in particular didn't deserve the award that they won. I'm just saying that no award was more deserving than the award that I just deserved. On a serious note, I'll make it quick. I'll let the data and the statistics. I'm a data-driven trader. I'm a data-driven streamer. We're a data-driven company over at Counterparty. Once again, this is not my vote or my suggestions. This is the popular vote only. I'll just say a couple words real quick. I'll make it quick. I just want to say thank you. My mom, you're watching the stream. Mom, I love you. I appreciate you. The entire Counterparty team that made this possible. Malcolm, Abdi, Luke, Tulip King, DNAP, Elliot, Mickley, Adam, and Jack, and Rickbot in the chat. I want to say thank you. And to our incredible Twitch chat that pops out every single day. I love you guys to death. You guys are the best. I want to thank God. And I really want to thank Mert for shilling me Zcash, because I'm not sure I win the award if I don't piggyback off Mert's Zcash shills. So thank you guys. And that's the awards 2025. Have a great rest of your day. Love you, motherfuckers. Peace. Nah, psych, nah, psych, nah, psych, nah, psych. 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 All right, let's go. The biggest two awards. 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 The biggest two awards left are Trade and Trader. Trade and Trader. Okay. By the way, if you're watching on Twitter and you would like to chat for the biggest two awards of the year, twitch.tv/threadguy. Trade of the year. Trade of the year, trade of the year, trade of the year. Let's go. Number one, Cooker Aster. I think at one point this was a $10 million unrealized P&L. Cooker had a god run. I'm going to be honest. I maybe would have voted for Cooker if the Cupsy stream never happened and I found out about the deploys. Just being honest. I maybe would have voted for Cooker. That didn't happen, but it did happen. And I didn't vote for Cooker. But he undeniably, undisputedly, undoubtedly had a legendary run. I think it was up 10 mil at one point. I don't know what it closed at. Friend of the stream, friend of mine. I'm a huge fan. Mert Zcash. Now, problem with Mert Zcash is he didn't fucking post a P&L. You gotta post a P&L. It makes it difficult for me if you don't post a P&L. No P&L from Mert, but was maybe the first public account to not just shill Zcash, but to pioneer Zcash, to put this thing on the grand stage, and brought more attention and fucking generated a lot of wealth from that trade. Iconic, honestly iconic. Iconic trade. Mert has done an incredible job, and I commend him for that. Swifty says Cooker could blow me and I still wouldn't give him an award. Okay. Threadguy Trump. Once again, numbers game, popular vote, and some. Actually, let's just roll the tape real quick while we're at it. Fuck it. Because people are gonna say, "Oh, that guy, you don't deserve to be on here." Well, oh, actually, he didn't put me on the ballot. Never mind. Never mind. But the write-ins said threadguy Trump. I made the list. It was the best trade of my life to this day. Made some good trades. It was the best trade of my life. And real ones know I belong on this list. P&L is public. I don't want to say it. Two more. One is Kobe Echo, which I'm going to just keep it a buck. I put it on here as a joke. I wanted to I thought the list was a little weak. I felt like it was underwhelming, and I wanted to give people some reason to vote. I also wanted Kobe to retweet the poll. He did not. But that's why Kobe Echo made the list. To be fair, he fucking exited for $400 million at the Pico top. And is it a trade? Is it not a trade? I don't entirely know. But it was electric. And shout out to Kobe on the Echo exit. And then number one, which is my personal pick, was Flood, who at $3 billion market cap, maybe 2 on TGE, came out and said we're holding hype until it flips BNB. That's the target on-chain Binance. And I don't even know how much money, volume, revenue, and profit Flood has brought to the world from his Hyperliquid trade. I mean, I think it's one of the greatest trades ever in the history of crypto, partly for P&L, partly for conviction, balls on the table, laying it out, spelling it out from day one, never wavering even a second. And it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Flood does need to come back on the stream. He's a friend of the show. He's a legend. He's one of the best to ever do it. And he is also the winner of Trade of the Year. Flood. Now, he fucking deserves this. But Kobe Echo won the popular vote. Okay. Kobe Echo won the popular vote. And look. Kobe Echo won the popular vote. I could have given him the award. Okay. My general feeling is that giving Kobe the award for an exit, which I put on as a joke, is a disservice and discredits the traders that traded liquid markets publicly and put their reputation, namesake, brand, and just who they are on the line. And I thought it's a disservice, in my opinion, to Flood to not win this award. Even though Kobe got more votes. I put it on as a joke. It won. And he deserved it. Flood fucking deserved it. There's no other way to fucking cut this onion than to say the guy deserved it. Bona fide, legendary trade. He deserved it. Flood, come on the fucking stream. He also gave me the idea to do this award show. I just ripped it from him. So thank you for that. But this is where we stand on Trade of the Year. You could have given it. I thought Cooker was going to get more votes. And I thought Mert would get more votes. I hate that the Kobe thing, like I wonder what would happen if Kobe was on the list. Does Cooker win? I don't know. What happens if Kobe is on the list? I guess we'll never know. But that's the winner. And he just deserves it straight up. Now, there's one more category. The final category is Trader of the Year. The second most important, second most prestigious award, second of the 2025 Crypto Twitter Awards. Before you find out the winner of the second most prestigious award, I gotta really lock in for this one. I have a lot to say on this one. I have a lot to say on this one. I'll be right back. All right, let's fucking go. All right. We have one more award. If you're just tuning in and you would like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. The final award, number 14 out of 14, is Trader of the Year. Now, the 5 names you see before you are the 5 most voted on names. I didn't pick this list. I didn't decide this screen grab. It was completely out of my control. OX Lolly, no way. Lolly, give the 100 subs if that's real. I have a lot to say about this list. Okay. This is the most prestigious award you can get. Trader of the Year. It's supposed to not only legitimize, but put on a pedestal the greatest player in the league. I mean, this is like, yeah, MVP matters, but like Kobe averaged 36 points a game, won the scoring title, didn't win the MVP. Steve Nash won it, 15 points per game. So here's the deal. I'm going to first run you through who's on the list. I'm going to then run you through, bro, why didn't you choose Scented? Yo, you hearing this? You hear this guy? Nah, he just asked me why I didn't choose Scented, bro. Yeah, it's Scented. That's crazy. You hear this guy? Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I mean, he's up fat. Everyone else on this list is fucking up fat. You don't think Flood's up fat, huh? He's up fat, huh? You don't think Flood's up fat? Fuck you. How about that? All right, here's the deal. Let's start with who's on. Number 1, Doma. Prediction market GOAT. Got a lot of votes. Definitely every prediction market trader voted for him. I think he's at $3 million in the last 18 months or something like this. Polymarket, hardly any drawdown. Pretty much a steady up only chart. Definitely the celebrity of the prediction market scene. And he got a lot of votes. I'm going to say one thing, by the way. I want to make this very clear. This is not my list. This is for whatever reason, we decided we're going to be the only democracy that actually works like a democracy ever. And we're just going to go with the popular vote. Presidential election doesn't even fucking work this way. But apparently, this is the one that everyone wants to die on the hill. That this needs to be a fucking democracy. So it is. So I don't want to hear shit, okay? This is not my list. These aren't my fucking votes. And I have a lot to say about this. Number 2 is Rhino. You don't really get P&Ls from Rhino, but he's probably the most skilled, talented trader in this game. He's one of crypto Twitter's finest. He was Ansem's pick. He's many people's picks. I think if you're a real ball knower, you know Rhino's one of the GOATs. Cooked on chain, cooked on perps, cooked on equities, cooked on everything. One of my favorites, still won't follow me back. But objectively, one of the greatest to ever do it. I wish I could get you on the list, Nexus. Thanks for the 100 gifted. Bro just posted a $2 million P&L on silver, and he's not even on the fucking list. It's a disgrace. Before I go any further, I just want to say you guys are a fucking disgrace. Some of the names that you left off this list is just utterly disgusting. Just disgusting. Nexus was a write-in. He got like 20 votes. It was a disgusting. Nexus, congratulations on the trade. Thank you for the 100 gifted, and I can't wait to run it back. Number 3, Cooker. We know about Cooker. Been on the stream 5-6 times, 6-7 times. Been on the stream a lot of times. Great trader, had a great year, had a great run. He had a great run. You got to give credit where it's due. Cooker had a great run. Great run. Number 4 is Flood, who just won Trade of the Year. I believe he deserved Trade of the Year. He won it. He's one of the best. I don't think anyone would dispute that. He's one of the best to ever do it. Thinking USD. Huge fan of Flood. And the 5th nominee is Cupsy, who obviously deserved a spot on the ballot. Is probably the most popular trader among this cohort from pure fans. I was told a statistic that he made 750,000 trades this year. I don't know if that's true. Look, no matter what you say about Cupsy, no matter what you think about Cupsy, no matter what your opinion is about Cupsy, he is a specimen, he's an anomaly, and he's one of the best to ever do it. Accountant hates him. Counterparty hates him. Your counterparty hates him. He's one of the best to ever do it. He is. Now, somehow, my pick, my nomination for best trader of the year didn't even fucking make the top 5. It's an utter insult. I nominated Mando, who is the winner. Mando is the winner. He's the winner. I don't care what anybody says. If you don't know, you don't know ball. Mando is the winner. And he didn't even make the top 5 votes. It's disgusting. It is utterly disgusting. But look, before I get upset, before I get into anything, I'm going to congratulate the winner of the 2025 Best Trader of the Year, because it's a fucking prestigious award and they won it. So look, here's the deal. The winner is Cupsy. The winner is Cupsy by a fucking mile, by the way. Okay? Here's my take. I cried this weekend. Yesterday morning, I was on the phone with Malcolm and I cried because I was so upset about the stream and us switching from my picks to democratizing picks, I actually cried. I swear to you, on my life, I cried. I had real tears coming out of my eyes because I was so upset about going this route for no award other than this one. And I said, I absolutely refuse to have a screenshot of my face next to Trader of the Year, Cupsy, as if I picked it. That was the reason I cried over this. I'm not kidding. I had actual tears coming down my face. Here's what I'm going to say. Cupsy, I respect you. Cupsy, I actually love you. Okay? You're a friend. I consider you a friend. You're a friend of the stream. You come on the show. I love when you come on the show. I think you're one of the most talented humans on earth. Okay? I think hardly anyone can do what you do. I think you're one of the greatest to ever do it. I think when they write the book about crypto, your name is undeniably, undisputedly, inexplicably going to be mentioned many times. I think you're an anomaly. You're a specimen. You're a bona fide warrior. And as a trader and as someone that logs into this every single day, I have deep respect, compassion, and love for what you were able to do over the last 2 years. I think there's hardly anyone that has had a better run than you. And I deeply, deeply, deeply respect you as a human, as a trader, as a thinker, as a KOL, as someone that plays green and red. But the fact that crypto Twitter has nominated Cupsy by a mile as the Trader of the Year is an absolute disgrace. I am utterly embarrassed that I have to stand here with this screen next to me and congratulate this as the winner. It is a summary of why and where we are right now in this market. And I think it's a disgust. It's a disgrace. Dude, the Trader of the Year is Mando. And it's not even close. Okay? The Trader of the Year is Mando. Okay? The Trader of the Year is Mando. Because Mando has done it every single meta, every single narrative in public with disgusting P&Ls, with a thesis in public, everything. I think it says a lot about why we are where we are right now that Cupsy won this. And I think, bro, I hate it. I hate it. I cried over this. And I was so upset and disgusted. I almost canceled the stream because I didn't want to announce Cupsy's the Trader of the Year. That doesn't mean Cupsy isn't a giga talent. But it does mean that nobody can replicate what Cupsy does. Nobody can replicate what Cupsy does. You'll never be Cupsy. You'll never be like Cupsy. You'll never be able to trade the way that Cupsy does. And I think that one of the problems and the reason why on-chain is where on-chain is you think you're Cupsy and you're not. Okay? You could maybe be the next Steph Curry. You could maybe even you're 6'6" and long, can shoot the piss out of the rock. You could maybe be Klay Thompson. You will never be LeBron. You will never, ever, ever be LeBron. And you should stop trying to be like LeBron, because you trying to be like LeBron and come down the lane and fucking punch it on people's heads is never going to happen. It's holding back your game, bro. You're never going to be KD. You're never going to be 7'1" with an 8-foot wingspan and shoot step back fadeaways over Wemby. It's never going to happen. So you should stop trying to play like that. I think it's part of the reason we are where we are right now. And the fact that these are the votes at 48% is like, what are y'all doing, man? What are y'all doing? It's like you wonder why everyone is miserable and upset and sad that they're losing money on chain, and then the company gets 50% of the popular vote? Are you out of your goddamn ever-loving mind? 50% of the popular vote. Are you out of your mind, bro? And then half the chat is in here talking about Scented should have won. This is the problem. This is the problem, and this is why. This is why, man. This is why. This is why. Cupsy, I have deep respect for you, and I think you're one of the greatest to ever do it, but I can't say that I was going to pick you for this award. I can't say I was going to pick you for this award, Cupsy. I can't say that I was. I'm sorry. I don't think 2024, you probably win. You do. 2024, you probably win. But 2025. Number one is Mando. And after that, I don't really care. Nexus not being top 5 makes me sick. Stoic Savage could have been up there, but I don't really know. Rhino deserves higher, but we don't really know. Trader of the Year is Mando. Trader of the Year is Mando. I'll stand on it. And that, my friends, is the 2025 official Crypto Twitter Awards.